Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us today for Making Progress with Mayor Leroy Sullivan. Today I have as my guest Miss Vivian Fry, who is a native of Donaldsonville, and we were just talking and found out that we both graduated in 1975. She graduated from a Saint Catholic, and I graduated from Donaldsonville High. But just realizing we have so much in common. And Miss Vivian, you just moved back to the area you moved to, Belrose, I think it is. Uh, just recently, right? How long ago?
Actually, it was 2 years ago in May. I
2 years ago.
retired from Our Lady of the Lake after 34 years and decided to move closer back to home.
You wanted to come back home.
I
See, that's the
did.
thing. And that's one
Hmm.
of the things they always say, you can always come back home, right? So Miss Vivian is a part of ASHA, and that's the Ascension Heritage uh, Association, and also is known as Friends of Donaldsonville. And this group put on the stroll last year, and everyone was raving about how great the Avenue stroll was, and it was actually truly amazing. So tell us a little bit about the group and what do y'all have planned? There's something that's coming up on May the 2nd, so this is your opportunity to just talk to the people and let them know what the Friends of Donaldsonville is doing and what do we have coming up.
Okay, first off, Friends of Donaldsonville is a great group to get to volunteer with.
Yes, ma'am.
And we all met at the little coffee shop right down the street, the Cane Sugar Toffee House. And that's where I decided I want to get involved. I want to help. If I'm going to
Right.
live here, I want to get involved and I want to help. So lo and behold, I'm now Secretary of ASHA.
Oh,
And as you mentioned, the stroll was so much fun. I think we put that together on our part in 12 days. And it was phenomenal. It reminded me of a little Hallmark town.
right.
When you walked through everything, everything was just so nice and so well lit up and just decorated, and everybody was having a good time. So, fast forward to now on Saturday, May 2nd, we're having the River City Market. It's going to be a community yard sale and vendor event, and we invite all to attend. But if you'd like to be a vendor, it's not too late. We have a number that you can call or text to join us, and it's only $50 for a 10 by 10 space.
Okay.
We do have limited tents available. If anybody needs a 10 by 10 pop up, that's an additional $10. But we're going to have garage sale items. We're going to have like trash to treasure, so come ready to have a good treasure hunt. We're even going to have fresh vegetables, antiques, arts and crafts, and even a car show. So I think it's going to be something for everyone. We'll have face painting. We'll have bounce houses. We're going to have all kind of fun things. So the family is invited to come. This will take place from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And I call it the Veteran Square. No, that's not the right name, but
Louisiana Square.
Louisiana Square. And we recently did some fixing up in there and
Yes, ma'am.
planting and
Yeah.
gotten it up to speed to look very nice for everybody. So anyway, this is another volunteer opportunity. If anybody would like to come out on Friday, May 1st at 10 a.m., we're going to start putting up the tents and putting up all the signage and everything. So it's a volunteer opportunity. If you have any groups that would like to come out, please feel free to. If you'd like to be a vendor, let me get this number out if it's okay. You can call or text 225-717-1285 or 225-717-3349. So we invite you to come, attend, participate, and just have a great time.
Okay, so you said that y'all have some 10 by 10 tents. So if I wanted to come and set up, I didn't have a tent, I can rent a tent from Friends of Donaldsonville for
ten
$10, and the
dollars.
registration is 50. So for $60, I can come and bring whatever it is that I want to sell and start selling. So there's no need to get any permits or anything. It's just come out and sell your vegetables, uh, your clothing, whatever it is that you have that you would normally sell at a garage sale, you can come in and do that.
Yes, sir.
Now, I do see it says a car show, and last Saturday there was a car
I
show here
know.
in Downsonville, which was truly amazing. I think it was like 135
Oh.
cars that participated. So I don't want people to think that okay, that the car show was last
Oh,
week
right.
and you're not having one this week, but there will be a car show this week as well on May the 2nd,
On
I
May
should say. On
2nd.
May 2nd, I should
Mhm.
say. So can you tell me a little bit about the car show? What do y'all have planned? Is it just something to be uh, just a few cars on displays, or is it going to be a contest where there's awards going to be given away? Do you
Okay, you
know?
might have me on that one. I know it's going to be a lot of the vintage cars,
Okay.
and I believe if you have a high performance one, come on. The gentleman that has the tattoo shop,
Yes. Yes.
I don't recall his name off the
Yeah.
top of my head, but anyway, he's the one who's coordinating it.
Gotcha. Yes.
And so, if you really want to get involved and take part in that, he's been reaching out to car
Right.
enthusiasts. So
Yes.
it's mostly going to be, I think, for just a show. Now, if he comes up
Okay.
with prizes, I'm happy with that too.
Yeah, I know he did do one. I think at toward the end of last year, and it wasn't a whole lot of cars, but he just opened it up where people could come and
Mhm.
show their cars. Like you say, there was no prizes or anything, so he's probably going to do something similar to that. So this takes place at Louisiana Square, and it's from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. So is there early setup time, or everything starts around
Well, we're going to
9?
say 10 a.m. to start setting up on Friday the 1st.
Okay, okay,
And then if vendors want to leave their things overnight, we will have security. And we're just saying that
that's
maybe you
good to
might want
know.
to
Right.
wrap your tent or drop some sides just so that it'll keep the dew out. But we want you to be ready for when
Okay.
people come at 9. We'll also have food vendors. We'll have a few food trucks and we'll have a few people selling maybe out of their tents, but some of them are bringing food trucks. So that's kind of exciting too. So you don't have to worry about going anywhere for lunch, but do go down the street for a cup of coffee now.
Yes, make sure you visit the coffee shop. Uh, I'm not a coffee drinker, but whenever I go in there, a lot of time I go for the popcorn or for
Mm-hmm.
the chicken salad. Those are really really great. So when you look at the group Friends of Donaldsonville, uh, that's really like all inclusive. It's not just a small group of people. Anyone that wants to be a part of it can come and join, be a part of it, and do great things in Donaldsonville.
Absolutely, and we're looking for that. As I said, I happened to hear someone at the coffee shop talking about it, and I said, I would be interested. So I raised my hand,
Yeah,
and then someone else said, Oh, that sounds like I'd like something I have time to do. So it's just been a building of people saying, Oh, I have the time for it and wanting to give back, which is the most important thing, I think,
right.
especially if you happen to be retired, if you have the time to give back. So
See, we graduated together. You're retired, but I'm not.
you'll get there one day, but I do highly recommend it.
Oh, okay. So, what else is Friends of Donaldsonville looking to do? I notice it's not just one event. I've been to a few meetings, but I'm gonna try to pull it out of you.
All right. Well, here's some things that are on the table that we've talked about. Now,
Okay.
whether they come to fruition, that's another thing, but this is some things we're talking about. One would be like a walking tour through Donaldsonville, and it would be like a wine walk where you would have a glass that would be like a commemorative glass, and you would go to different people's front porches. We're not inviting people into their homes, but just the front porches, and you walk around, sit and sip, and enjoy each other's company. And
Okay.
we'll have a little map laid out for it. So we're thinking about that maybe sometime soon.
Mm.
And then this is just another thing that got thrown out that sounds kind of fun. Possibly doing a historic graveyard tour
Mm.
to where if you go to like the Confederate soldier tomb, an actor would be dressed up as a Confederate soldier and give you the history of some of
Right.
the things like that. And then perhaps there's another one with like a priest that was here in the 1800s or something. So I mean, it's just so. Or if we had someone from Donaldsonville, like a former mayor, or someone that we all may know, and so
Hold,
that's
hold my
just.
spot for quite
Oh,
some
we're
time. All right.
no, you're not even on the list. So that's just something we're thinking about, and we thought it might be kind of fun.
Yes. Well, and you mentioned that, and there's a Jewish cemetery here in the city of Downsville, and a lot of people don't realize that we have a
I
Jewish
have an uncle
cemetery
buried
here.
there.
Yes.
Yes.
And a lot of people, so what's the cemetery? And so it's a
Mm-hmm.
Jewish cemetery.
And
And
it's
they're like,
right when you come into town.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. So any other little secrets? I know you're holding. You're not telling me everything, Miss Vivian.
Well, we're also looking for volunteers to help keep up the planters. The
Yes.
newly we you were kind enough to gather all of the planters that were along the avenue and bring them to one spot at the park, and we painted them, refreshed them, and
Yes.
planted several. But there's still some along the avenue that we're probably going to need to help maintain because some
Right.
people don't really do plants that well. So we're looking for volunteers to help with that. So that's another volunteer opportunity.
Right. And one of the things I say about the planners, and we took all of them, brought them, and y'all done such a wonderful job in painting them, and then we took and brought them in front of businesses that that wanted them. One of the things we don't want to do is have a bunch of planners along Railroad Avenue or wherever we put them, and they're not being taken care of. My staff, my public works department, is very small,
Mhm.
and so when we're doing a lot of grass cutting and other things, it's hard to have someone to maintain the plant. So this is where volunteers come in, and if you want to make your community look good and it is beautiful, and people can drive through and saying, "Oh, look how beautiful the planters are," please get with the Friends of Donaldsonville, get with Asher if you want to call it Asher,
Mhm.
and volunteer time in order to do it. It doesn't have to be something that you're doing constantly. You may want to just volunteer, say 1 month out of
Mhm.
the spring and summertime, or whatever. Or you may want to do it once a month, however you want to do it. But start volunteering, start giving back to the community, because it takes all of us in order
It
to
takes a
make
village.
Donaldsonville to be what we want it to be, and piggybacking on Donaldsonville and what we want it to be. We hear about all of the industry and things that are coming to Donaldsonville. There's so much buzz around Donaldsonville and what the potentials is for Donaldsonville. What do you see? I mean, what would you like to see in Donaldsonville? Like your vision. You lived here, grew up here as a young girl, living here. Now you're back here. What would you like to see in Donaldsonville?
First off, I would love to see all the shops along the avenue. That looks like some of them are being
And
refurbished now,
right,
but I'd love to see them open and have something of interest. There's so many, even those tiny shops,
yeah.
just to get people to say, "Wow!" Like I just had lunch with my sisters at High Bob yesterday. We
Oh,
had
really?
we
Yeah.
we wanted to try something new.
Yes.
Very good. And so after that, we went to the cemetery, and
Yeah.
visit our family grave and everything. But I think if we had a little more activities of shops, then
Hmm.
I think it would just draw people to come. But also just seeing a nice, clean, neat town attracts people.
Yes.
Riverboats, I believe, stop here sometimes, or
Yeah,
they
there's been talk of
okay,
riverboats stopping, and I think some go to the coffee shop. I don't know if
yeah,
it's the riverboats per se or just vans coming in, but at one time it was, you know, a lot of talk about having the paddle boats stopping
oh
in
yeah,
Donaldsonville, and this being a hub, and them being able to go to uh, Nottoway at the time,
oh yeah,
and to
Homeless
Homer's
House,
House,
yes.
and also that idea is something that we still is pushing to try to see if we can make that become a reality. With Donaldsonville being a tourism city, with all of the history, there's so many people that want to come here, and people may not believe this, but there are visitors that come and they just fall in love with Donaldsonville. But you mentioned a clean city, and so one of the things that we are doing, we were fortunate enough to get a $500,000 grant where we were able to uh, invite people that own property that was dilapidated, that may have, it may be family property. They didn't have the money to be able to do the demolition or whatever. It was a clearance grant where we were able to get people to sign up. We only had 27 families to sign up, but we are in the process right now of demolishing those properties. Out of the 27, I think 14 or 15 have been completed. And, people see us and they're like, thank you. They're glad for it to be gone from in their area. The Historic District Commission have become very aggressive with having people to come in, to their meetings. They're doing like 4 or 5 at a time. Tell me what are you going to do with this? Just leaving it there and it continue to deteriorate is not an option. So they're starting to put pressure on people to make sure that they take up care of their property. Um, I was just visiting a guy a block away. He was at the last historic district commission meeting, and he's out there working on the house now. So that's going to help to beautify the community. And then the city is working on uh, all of the adjudicated property that we have that we want to put it back in commerce. So we have ordinances that we have to pass in order to do that. But someone can come in. The structure on it may be something that they can put money in and fix it up right quick, or either maybe a vacant lot that we can have people to build houses and help with the market that we're going to have because with all of the industry, there's going to be a lot that's going to be happening. People are going to be looking for places to stay here, but we have to clean up the city, and it's not uh, a mayor's responsibility by itself. Like you say, it takes a village, and so it takes all of us working together in order to make this community what we all want it to be. So I tell people all the time, let's not complain about it. Let's get together and work in order to make our community uh, more attractive because a lot of people are talking about Downsville. No matter where I go, everybody talking. Oh, it's Donaldsonville is on the map. Oh, Donaldsonville, you the mayor of Donaldsonville, and yeah, so it's just a lot of excitement. So again, don't forget about the River City Market. I think this is a great idea. I might go through my closet and get me a tent and
Oh,
come out
yes.
there and sell some things. My wife probably will be happy if I clean up my closet
Or your
and get rid of
garage.
yes, out of the garage, right? So please take advantage of that. So again, it's May 2nd, from 9 a.m. To 3 p.m. And if you have your own 10 by 10 tent, it's $50 in order to be a part of it. If you don't have a tent, I'll have a few still available, and for $10 you can lease a tent. Now that's lease.
That's
Don't
right.
take
I
don't
can't
take
take
it
it
with
with
you.
you. No.
So, well, Ms. Vivian, I thank you for coming on. And there's a few things that I would like to just remind the people of here in the city of Donaldsonville. And yesterday was Ascension Parish Day at the Capitol. And let me tell you, it was truly amazing. There was a lot of people there. It was the biggest and the most people that has been to St. John Parish Day at the Capitol since I've been going to them the last few years. So hats off to Parish President Clint Quintmont and Ascension Parish government for a job well done. Uh, we participated in, it, and it was just good to just see all the people having a great time. They had a band out there. There was everything was free. It was so much food. I was sitting there and I said, it'd be a shame for me to leave here hungry because I can't make up my mind on what I wanted to eat. So it was truly great. But I had the opportunity yesterday to spend the whole day in Baton Rouge because I had to be at the Capitol at 9 o'clock yesterday morning in order to go before the joint committee on capital outlay because last year in 2025, Representative Ken Brass he authored a bill that allows small municipalities, those that have a population less than 9,500, which the city of Johnsonville fits that category. And a lot of those times, the small communities, they don't have the match money for grants. And so a lot of times you will see grants going to the Shreveports and the other big cities, of Baton Rouge or New Orleans, and the little communities, still continue to suffer. So he authored that bill, it passed. And so we have some funding that we receive for stormwater resilience. So there's two major areas in the city of Donaldsonville that there are flooding issues. And one is off of Loop 945 in the Hadrian Place area that desperately needs some work done. And then that's where RPCC is going to be built and the new hospital. So we have some funding, but we don't have the match. So I asked for the match waiver. had to go before that committee to testify, and I am proud to say they voted for us to have a waiver of $1.22 million. So, so we would be doing everything we can to make sure that we get all of the drainage work in the city of Downsville taken care of. So, hats off to Representative Brass for authoring that bill. There's also a portion of it that deals with parishes and certain sizes. But I want to thank Senator Eddie Lambert, Senator Price, Representative Bagala for being on that committee as well, along with Representative Brass. And I don't want to leave out Representative Jeff Wiley because he's always, working to help the city of Downsville out in any way, and Kathy Edmondson as well. So we have a great coalition of legislators here in the state of Downsville that works well together. Um, so the probation and parole had their event where they did the expungements on April the 17th. I heard that it was very well attended. Uh, I've received a few phone calls from people wanting to know, I thought they were going to pay for everything. No, you still have to pay the filing fees and all, but it's a great resource to make sure that you have all of the paperwork done right in order to, if you have something on your record, you can get it expunged where it won't be a hindrance to get a job. I spoke about the car show earlier. It was truly, truly amazing. Um, we also have our next live in Crescent Park is going to be on May the 2nd. So when people finish with the River City Market, they could take a little break and then meet us at Crescent Park for 6 o'clock. And from 6 to 9, the band Red Tape Music will be there. But here's the thing: Red Tape Music is will be gospel night. So they will be playing gospel music, and Ms. Juanita Pearl is looking at getting some soloists in order to sing. Um, she didn't ask me yet, so I don't guess she want me to sing a solo. Uh, so also West Ascension Parish Hospital, in conjunction with Stop the Bleed, American College of Surgeons, and the Louisiana Emergency Response Network, they will host a mass casualty incident course on May 13th from 10 p.m from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And this will take place at the hospital at 301 Memorial Drive. Um, you have to RSVP by May 4th. You can email James Rowe at james.bro, that Breaux, at westaph.org. The National Day of Prayer will be on May the 7th, along with the Mayor's Prayer Breakfast. This will take place at the Lemon Memorial Center, and this is free to the public. The Lemon Memorial Center is located at 1100 Clay Street. So come out and enjoy some good breakfast, fellowship with us. We will be praying for this community and all communities because the Bible tells us the effectual, fervent prayer of the righteous availeth much. So we want to make sure that we continue to pray for this country, pray for everyone. We have Memorial Day coming up, and I know a lot of times, some people, that's the only time they think about those that protect us and those veterans. But we need to pray for them daily as well. Uh, Construction for RPC West Side Training Center will begin this quarter, and completion of the training center is anticipated to be the first quarter of 2028. So you should see some steel work starting by the end of the month. Don't forget, if you want to look for positions for jobs with Hyundai Steel, you can go to ledfaststart.com and see all the positions that they have available. Again, that's ledfaststart.com. So we also had the pre-construction meeting to discuss the things that we're going to do with Lala Field, because we're working to get Lala Field renovated. So with the funds that we have right now, we'll be able to redo the grandstands, the dugouts, and hopefully some of the other things around the concession stand. We will do as much work as we can with the funds that we have, but that will be going to bid uh, here on April the 30th. Okay. Um, what else do we have going on? Um, the I still need some volunteers to be on the DDD board. We have seven members right now. We need four alternates, and I'll be sending out a letter to those seven people that are on the DDD board so that we can have a meeting in order to start having them active again and making sure that things are done well. They should be able to work and assist the Friends of Donaldsonville with funding and things that we want to do in the city of Donaldsonville. The Strategic Planning Commission uh, will be meeting here again soon in order to make sure we have the master plan that Chris Warner put together for the city of Donaldsonville, but we want to meet and make sure that we stay on course with doing the things that are needed. Um, with all the construction that's going on, uh, up in the Modas area. I know that traffic is a problem, but that's something that we're going to have to just bear because it's a lot that's going on, and in order to grow, you have to take the good with the bad, and so sometimes I get a little frustrated when I'm trying to get home and can't cross Marshall Drive, but it's something that we have to make sure that we're doing the best that we can. And I've been in contact with the governor and DOTD, and I think they're coming up with a plan to try to help with that. So uh, we just look forward to hearing from them. Uh, we're still waiting for the report on the EDA grant that we applied for, the Economic Development Administration grant that we applied for some wastewater improvements. It's $9 million, and we needed to have a match of a little over $2 million. And when I talked to Governor Jeff Landry, he committed to the match for the city of Downsville. And I received a letter from LED stating that they will give us $3 million for the match. So things are starting to look good with the city of Donaldsonville. Don't forget the natural gas line replacement. I know that it's an inconvenience to some people, and people are like, what are these yellow pipes all over the area? But we're placing the old cast iron natural gas lines. We have a total of $34 million to replace lines, and that's not to cover the whole city, but we're applying for another $40 million in order to be able to replace the rest of the gas lines. That grant application is due by the end of May, and by the end of the year, we should find out whether we receive more funding. But it'd be great to have all of the lines replaced. Ms. Vivian, a lot of people may not realize this, but uh, the natural gas line, because they're so old, they're like 100 years old and so brittle, the loss of gas is about 33% in the city of Downsville. So when we replace those lines, we will be able to reduce the leakage and make the city a lot safer, but also be able to reduce the amount that we charge in our citizens. Because although it's leaking and going into the ground or into the air, you still have to pay for the cost of that. So there's a lot going on. Remember, I was told that the freshwater district should be 100% complete with that project by the end of this year. So we're just happy to report there's a lot of great things going on in the city of Donaldsonville. Ms. Vivian, I appreciate you. I applaud you for coming back home and being involved. And I hope that people use you as an example to get involved in the community, and we work together to make Donaldsonville a better place and a place that everyone want to come live, work, and play. So, any parting words? Anything else you want to say?
Maybe just the phone number again to be involved.
Now, it's one of those numbers, Nell number.
Oh, one of those Val and one's Kathleen.
Okay, that's what I
But
figured. Yes.
it's for River City Market, Saturday, May 2nd. But if you'd like to be a vendor or a food vendor or a vendor just to sell your goods, 225-717-1285 or 225-717-3349. Thank you
Yes.
so much. We're looking forward to a great event.
And I do have two other things. It's Fathers on a Mission. First time homebuyers workshop will take place tomorrow, April the 23rd, at the WAG Center starting at 6:30 p.m. The WAG Center is located at 1221 McGinnis Street here in Donaldsonville. So if you're looking to buy your home first time, be a first time home buyer, you can go to the WAG Center and be a part of that class. Also, the Laugh Olympics. And young man came to talk to us on Monday night about the Laugh Olympics. And we know that this month is Organ Donors Month. So Laugh Olympics deals with people that have received organs. And the young man that was here, I think he received the retinas for his eyes or whatever on several occasions. But it's an opportunity to go have fun, and it's old time fun like we used to do, like tug of wars and the three legged races and all of those things. This will take place at the WAG Center on April the 25th, this coming Saturday, starting at 10 a.m. So uh, go out, be a part of the fun. There will be food, and you can also register in order to be an organ donor or learn more about the process of being an organ donor.
And he probably received corneas. And I know,
Corneas.
yes, not
Okay.
the retinas, it's the corneas because I volunteer with the Baton Rouge Regional Eye Bank
Oh,
and
okay.
work in accordance with LOPA.
Yes.
And but it's the cornea
Corneas.
replacement. That's the lens that gives you sight.
Sight.
So
Okay.
it's really a gift of sight when you receive a cornea.
There you go. So again, thank y'all for joining. Again, Ms. Vivian, it was just a pleasure having you here today. Remember, you can catch us on Facebook Live every Thursday at 2 o'clock p.m. And if we don't make it, it's because I'm busy trying to get things done for the city of Donaldsonville. But God bless you and God keep you, is always our prayer.